All right, today's video was inspired by a video from @DreamOnward. This video was called Joining 3D Prints with Annular Joints Designed in Fusion 360. It's a great video and I will include the link to this video in the description. But of course, because I have no idea what I'm doing in Fusion 360, I immediately started thinking about how I would do this in Tinkercad. And this is what I did. Now, when it comes to this annular joint, I just think of this as being basically like a snap-on lid. And that's how I define this. All right, let's try to figure this out. To get this started, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because I'm going to drag out a revolve sketch. And I want to try to place it so that it is sitting on that darker center line there because I'm going to use that to align another sketch or a series of other sketches to this initial sketch. But I'm going to create our bottom half or one of the halves of our container here. That will be a cylinder. And according to the video, they made the walls here 1 millimeter thick, which I was very skeptical about. But 1 millimeter thick it is. Let's exit out. And that is one of the halves of our container here. I'm going to just ensure that I'm dropping it onto our work plane. And before I forget, you can see there, I need to increase the sides. Let's do that. That's much better. What we're going to do next is I'm just simply going to drag out another sketch because what we're going to do here is we are going to create this inside ring, I guess the annular feature of this connector, if I'm even saying that right. And I'm going to drag out this revolve sketch and make sure that it is on that same center line there. So I know that it is aligned to the center of our first sketch. And what they did in this video is he went and acknowledged the fact that, actually, let me change the snap grid settings here so I can have more control over where these points are going to be placed. I'm setting the snap setting to 0.1 millimeters. So when I create this annular connector here, I'm actually going to set it so that it is not right up against the inner wall of this container. I'm actually going to offset it by a little bit here. This is going to be some tolerance that we need to factor in here because this will allow for the top lid to slide over this annular connector piece that I'm about to create. And so I'm going to move this inward by 0.4 millimeters, which actually matches what @DreamOnward did in his video. And then he went up about 1.5 millimeters, like that. And then cut back and actually just went 0.5 millimeters. Now, what we're seeing here is that this additional 0.1 millimeter is going to essentially serve as that piece that will hopefully click into the top lid and hold it in place if this actually works. And I'm going to go up 0.5, 0.6, 0.5. Let's go 0.5 millimeters and then back out towards the center there, 0.5 millimeters. Next, what he then did is he just angled this next piece. We can make it around 45 degrees, so we don't need any supports here. And this, he said, was a very important feature, and I agree with it because this is basically going to allow us to funnel in or help guide in this top lid so that it can nicely fit onto this connector. So we're going to do something like this. And we're just going to cut it back. And I think he went about 0.5 millimeters as the width there. Now I'm going to just drag this back. And I'm just going to eyeball it a little bit here. And again, I know that I'm changing the thickness, but that's okay because he actually later on goes on to round out these corners to give it a little bit more support And that's what we're going to do. So I'm not too concerned about the thickness sort of being the same here. Like 0.5 millimeters here, I know it is not 0.5 millimeters there. It's actually a little bit more than that. But that's okay because we are going to change that anyway. And then I'm going to drag it down like so. And let's just extend this down like this. Now we are looking to connect this, and I'm going to make this a much more gradual angle there, 45 degrees, roughly speaking. And the reason why is because this overhang here and this overhang here should not require any supports, which is fantastic. Now over here, we might actually have the need for supports. We're going to find out once we print this up. But we're not quite done yet because like I said before, we're going to round out these corners here. So I'm going to double click on the shape we've just drawn to reveal the points here. And I'm just simply going to double click on this point because that will toggle it to our smooth corners there. Or I can just select it and press 2. That does the same thing. And you can see here how we have this now starting to thin out. So what I then do is I just take this and I just grab it and pull it out. And the other thing I can do here is I can then take these handles and just start to work them so that there, something like that. Similarly, on this side, I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to double click on it or press 2 to toggle it to another smooth corner. And I'm just now going to need to move this. So at Dream Onward, did this just to ensure that there was enough thickness there and a reinforced sort of corners to help strengthen up this part of the annular connector. That was it. So let's finish the sketch. Let's back out of here. This is the connector that we have just created. It is in line with our original sketch there. So all I need to do really is just select these two and align them together. But before we do that, I notice this. I need to change the sides there so that we have a much smoother curve. There we go. All right, I'm going to select both of these. Click on Align or L. You can see here that because we've placed this sketch of our annular connector in line with our original sketch, that they are now already aligned. It's just a matter of aligning them along the y-axis. So let's do that. And there it is there. That is the bottom half of our container. Let's look at the top half. So I'm going to select the bottom sketch here, or the sketch of the container, duplicate it, or Control D. And how tall is this container? Because I think we have it at 22 millimeters. So I'm just going to drag this up. This is our duplicate. I'm going to drag this up 22 millimeters. I can actually see. There we go, 22 millimeters. Look at that, hit it on the nose. And I'm going to flip this over. That's going to be our lid. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up this sketch with this bottom sketch as well as the annular connector in place, because what I want to see is this right here. So what I need to do is start thinking about how I'm going to notch out this area here so that this annular outcropping here can snap into the inside surface of our lid. And I need to think about stuff like, again, tolerance. So when these pieces come together, I need to give some space to allow for, again, the filament expanding and having these pieces have enough space so they can actually click and fit together smoothly without a lot of force. So I'm going to double click on this so I can reveal the points. And I'm just going to select this edge here because I need to move this down. And I often go with like a 0.3 or a 0.4 millimeter tolerance. So we're going to try it with a 0.3. Maybe we'll go with a 0.4. We'll go with a 0.4 millimeter tolerance. And what we're going to do next is we need to notch out this part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some points. So I'm going to click on this, add and remove points. And I'm just going to add a couple here. Now, I'm just adding them in just so I can move them around later. So 2 on either side. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is, and I need to change this back to select and move. I'm going to select this edge here. Now, I've got my snap grid settings to 0.1 millimeters. And I've got this edge selected here. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys just to move this. That was 0.1 millimeters there. Go another one there. Is that too much? I'm going to give it 0.2 millimeters of tolerance here and see if that is going to be enough or is it too much. We're going to find out. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to move this downward a little bit just so it is more in line with this point here. Let's just move this like that. Drag it down here. Now I do have this concern around this tolerance right here because this is not a lot. So what I might actually do is just select this edge here and just bump this up and bump this down. This is, I hope, going to work. We're going to print this up and we're going to see. Let's just back out of this. And let's take a look at what we've got here. So I've got this and I'm going to flip this over. Let's just drag this down beside it, drop it to the work plane. And you can see here, there's our groove or indentation for this piece that juts out. All right, there's only one way to find out. We're going to print this up and let's see how it performs. All right, we have our two pieces here. You can see what we've done with that one side where we created this ring here for our annular connector or annular joint. This is the top piece there where we just have that indentation, and it's just a matter of whether or not that. So you can see there's a little bit of give there. So I could actually tighten that up by playing around with the tolerances, but oh, that feels and sounds fantastic. And it's loose enough that it just nicely swivels around like this, but just enough resistance so that it's not going to just come apart, but it's not too tough to put them together. Yeah, and I'm just using PLA plastic here. I was really skeptical about the 1 millimeter thickness of these walls. I gave a 2 millimeter thickness for the base, but 1 millimeter for the walls. But I guess you need that for that little bit of flexibility, so it can snap around it. Wow, this might have some use for you. And it's nice knowing that, yeah, even if you're using Tinkercad, you can still do stuff like this. Okay, well, that's it for this project. Very happy with that. And until next time, take care, and we will see you on the next video.